So after the parking registration, the IoT module will be deployed. Next please. Which contains of three parts, which I have already told earlier: the Arduino microcontroller, the GSM shield, and the RFID sensor. So the methodology is like whenever a car or a vehicle enters a parking spot, so they will register their RFID card with the RFID sensor, and this information will be sent to our server by the GSM shield that a vehicle has entered the parking spot and one vacancy has been reduced. So next please. And then comes the interface. So on the open layer map, we will be showing the parking spots. So we have temporarily registered 3 of them. One here at IIIT Hyderabad, and then 2 there at the location which we are working currently in Mumbai. So this will be fed in real time to the map and will be shown as a vector layer on the base map layer. So it will give the real-time information of the number of vacancies available in a parking spot. So when the user comes up on this interface, he can look for parking spots and then provide 2 spots, the source and the destination, and he will be provided with the best route to the nearest parking lot available. Next please. Then there are certain assumptions which we are taking as of now in the primary phase of the development, which are the initial phase is not considering the off-street parking spaces, as currently we are not considering that into development. We are just considering the dedicated parking lots, which are generally characterized by an entry and an exit point. So that is the assumption which we are taking. And the other assumption is that we are not providing inner parking routes for multi-level parking spots. Then the challenges for implementing this application in real-time scenario are the following. Firstly, the lack of adequate infrastructure as of now in various developing countries such as India. But soon we will be able to overcome that. And the next is the efficient deployment of IoT module, because as this platform is an open source platform, so we are as of now pondering upon how to fix some standards for our application, so that anybody or any parking owner can just buy the module from a shop and deploy it on their parking spot without we sending them the module. The other way is that we configure the module and send them, and then they will install that module at their parking spot. And the third is application security. So we'll also be pondering upon that and developing more secure application in future. Next please. And then comes the IoT module. So as I've already briefly discussed, the microcontroller is the Arduino, and we are using 2 of the libraries, that is MFRC522 for the RFID sensor and IIIT GSM for the GSM module. And the sensor is a simple RFID sensor card. And the network connector is active Arduino shield, as it is available there. So, and then the database, we are using OpenStreetMap data, and we are converting it through OSM to PG routing application to be used by PG routing so as to make it routable. And sorry, we are not able to present the demo, but we were supposed to and we wanted to, but due to some coding errors, we could not present the demo. I hope we rectify it soon. Then the economic feasibility, the cost as incurred as of now for this developing this application was related to the IoT module, which is around 1,400 for the microcontroller, 1,000 for the GSM shield, and 250 rupees for the sensor module. So it will nearly be around $43.75 as we calculated some days back. But this is the bare minimum cost. This cost may increase as we begin proper and robust infrastructure for the application. And then the future scope. So a very important project which is upcoming in the near future is the Open Traffic project. You can visit its its website as opentraffic.io. It is a collaboration between the World Bank and the Mapzone company, and they are bringing traffic data in the open source world. So that will be a very big advantage for this application, because we can easily integrate the open traffic data available and can give better contextual routing information to the user. Second is the advanced features which we are planning in the pipeline are stop by points. Like we always know that when we are going from a particular location to another location, we may plan to stop by at some points depending on our need to buy something or to just to have a meal. So that is an important feature, and we are planning to implement that and to provide parking information for stop by points also, depending upon the time, time which user had set for a particular stop by point. Suppose if a user sets 10 minutes, he has to buy some groceries, so he sets 20 minutes time for a stop by point. So probably he will not be needing a dedicated parking space. So in that kind of context, we'll be trying to bring in the application. And then the pedestrian routes from parking to destination. So it might be the case that the parking spot is not present at the very location which the user has provided as the destination. So we'll be providing the pedestrian route, so the user can park their vehicle at the nearest parking lot and then return back to their destination wherever they want to go. So that is also a feature. And then obviously the intra-parking routing for multi-level parking, so that you can get the exact space on which you have to park your vehicle. And lastly, the on-street parking information, which still is a testing mode. Thank you. I would like to thank our Professor Surya Durga, for guiding us in the course of this project, and Mr. Jonathan Walker, who is a contributor of OL3 Geocoder. He patiently answered few of our very stupid doubts regarding his application, so that we would integrate it in our application, which is the OL3 Geocoder, and FOSS4G and IIIT Hyderabad for providing us the opportunity to speak here. So we have a GitHub repository, which is URL is given. So we look forward to your suggestions and contributions in the open source arena. Thank you.
Thank you for organizing. Very good.
The RFID you're speaking about, is it attached to a car or to the parking lot?
First of all, good morning, sir. We will be using the RFID reader and RFID tag. You might have seen the windshield tags which are attached on the cars.
So it will be on the front side of the car.
Yeah, for initial development phase, we have used the RFID, but with the new scenarios, we will move to the more developed version so that we can improve the economic feasibility. We can include BLE, Bluetooth Low Energy devices also.
Okay.
I hope I cleared your query.
Because for RFID, the sensor has to be near.
Yeah, sure.
That is
Yeah, so
but
it can just be like a swiping platform, like on the parking entrance. There will be the module deployed, so a user can just maybe have a card and just swipe it, and it will be registered, or probably on the windshield. So then the placement of the module will decide the factor. Yes, sir.
Two comments actually. One is on open traffic. It's highly unlikely you're going to get it in India because it relies on GPS data from cars and cabs, which I don't think Uber is going to share anytime soon. But I can put you in touch with that team. The other one is, have you looked into FASTag, the national e-toll collection standard, the RFID mechanism, what they are using? There is a national standard. Have you heard of this e-toll gates which are coming up? Yeah. So there is a spec for it already. What layer the communication is happening. If you could standardize it, it will be great. Because if you're going for something new altogether, there will be a lot of disconnection and there's lack of interoperability between your parking lots or the tolls.
So thank you very much. That is a very good suggestion. Regarding the open traffic data, I would like to give my opinion. ISRO, which is Indian Space Research Organization,